Cave and Calcar Quarries, Dillman Scott Funeral Home, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, In Focus Eye Care, Jeremy Payton, Edward Jones, KFC of Paoli, Orange County REMC, and Orange County Fiber, Orange County CASA, the only health and living community, Springs Valley Bank and Trust, Summer Seamless Guttering, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Springer Insurance, Team OC Youth Mentoring, Whitfield Investments, and the Orange County Community Foundation. Now, let's head to the action. This is Mix 95.3 WUME, your home for local sports.
On this 11th game of the regular season, the Paoli Rams celebrate homecoming, and that has a couple of meanings for this ball club. Of course, we select the traditional homecoming queen and king, and for the Rams, it's a homecoming in sorts because it's been over a month since they have played at home here at Chambers Gymnasium as they take on the Northeast DuBois Jeeps. Good evening, everybody. Dave Dedrick, Lomansburg Pedigo. It's time now for Rams basketball on Mix 95.3. Streaming live on WUME953.com and ask Alexa to play Mix 95.3 WUME. Rams are number 4 in Class 2A this week as they take on the Northeast DuBois Jeeps, playing very well at 8-3 and tied for number 12 in the poll. But Bert, one of the best defensive teams in the state of Indiana, the Rams will go against tonight.
Yeah, they will lock in on you. There's no doubt about that. And they have the size to be able to bother Paoli. Normally, we look at Paoli as being the bigger of the two teams, but every one of the starters for Northeast DuBois, 6'2" or better, all the way up to 6'5". So they've got some size and some length. We don't know about the bulk yet and whether they can contend with Paoli's strength. But they will hang their hat on defense. They'll slow things down a little bit offensively or try to slow Paoli down at least and deal with Paoli's physicality.
Well, we may have seen a blueprint of that game plan in the JV where the Northeast DuBois Jeeps held on to a 1-point lead in the low 30s.
Yeah, and that is, like I say, that's the blueprint. Slow them down, make every possession important. DuBois in the JV game was able to make crucial shots down the stretch. And we'll see if their varsity is able to duplicate that or not.
As we continue with the Team OC pregame show, Team OC expanding possibilities one child at a time. We'll talk with head coach Travis Schwering of Northeast DuBois and Dusty Cole of Paoli. We'll get their thoughts on this Friday night matchup when we return. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for a bank that actually puts you first? Then it's time to meet Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company, where banking feels a little more human. Whether you're saving for a rainy day, chasing your first home, or planning that someday retirement dream, we've got your back every step of the way. Enjoy personal service, local decisions, and real people who care about your goals. Stop by your local Springs Valley Banking Center or visit us online at svbt.bank to get you started. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you suffer the loss of a loved one, you can count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli. They have a 55-year history of serving the needs of families in Orange and surrounding counties. They provide only the best professional services in the most compassionate manner to care for you during this difficult time. You can always count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home as generations of families have done for many years. Call 812-723-2276 today. We're here when you need us the most. Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
As we continue with the Team OC pregame show, head coach Travis Schwering of Northeast DuBois joins us now. His team on the road tonight to take on the Rams. We'll get into that ball game in just a few minutes. But, Coach, you come in the Chambers Gymnasium tonight with a nice 8-3 record, and you played well through 11, it looks like.
We have, I feel like we've got some quality wins, out of those 11 games, and we've had some close losses on the other side of it, some losses that I feel like, could have went our way if we would have been a little bit better, on the offensive side of the floor. But, through those 11 games, I feel pretty good about our defense. That's kind of been the staple for us. We've got athletes I feel like that can get out and defend and guard and cause a little chaos. But I feel like we're at a good point right now. We've kind of settled into a little bit of a rotation and a mix of guys, and I think the guys have bought into it, and they're pretty confident with how they're playing right now.
Did you feel you might be at this point at this juncture of the season?
Honestly, we did. We had pretty high hopes for this group this year. We had a good summer, and we just got a group of kids that they get along well. They play hard, and they just want to win. They're willing to do whatever's asked of them, whether that's be a player on the floor or be a cheerleader on the bench. So we feel really good about where we're at.
All right, tell us a bit about your team offensively, defensively. What do you try and do out on the court?
Yeah, we feel we've got a good mixture of offense on the floor. We've got guys that can score it on the inside, kind of led by Sam Beck. Eli Schreering can get inside and score it inside. Keaton Jones has the ability to get inside and get buckets, and then we can space the floor with some shooters. Carson Beck's been shooting well for us. Adam Dooley has been shooting well. And Zach, did I say Zach? Zach's been shooting well as well. But we feel like we can space the floor with guys, and then we've got playmakers that can get into the paint and kind of cause a little chaos as well. So we just feel really good that we've got a good balance of guys to where you can't just focus on one or two, because we've got other guys that are able to step up.
And then on the defensive end?
We really rely heavily on our man. We feel like we can switch 1 through 5 on the floor, but we've been playing some zone as well at different times, and we don't have a problem picking up in a full court with a zone press or a man press as well.
I know through 11 games here, Coach, you've got some things, I'm sure, in the back of your mind that, okay, we need to kind of step forward and build on. What are those things you want to work on to improve on here in the middle part of the year?
Well, we just want to keep getting better with our offense. We want to be efficient to where every possession for us results in points. And that's a lot easier said than done. Whether we're hitting shots from the field or we're getting to the free throw line, we just want to be really efficient with our offense. And we just want to keep building our defense to where we can play our man, but then at the same time, throw a zone out there at a time or two to kind of slow a team down.
What about your matchup with Paoli tonight?
Well, they present a lot of problems just with the athletes that they have on the floor, and they just keep coming in waves, and they're going to press you from the opening tip to the final buzzer. They're going to apply pressure. They're going to try to turn you over, and they're going to rebound everything. So it poses problems just with their athleticism and just the level that they play at. Because if you think you're going to take a possession or two off, you're going to be in trouble real quick with them. So we got to find a way to come up here and handle their physicality, handle their athleticism, take care of the basketball, and rebound it if we want to try to get a victory here tonight.
It's pretty simple, isn't it, when you break it down?
Sounds real easy, right? Yeah. But you got to do that, and along the way you still got to make some buckets as well. So we've got to play really well tonight, and I think our guys are aware of that. So I'm looking forward to seeing how we respond.
Line up for your ball club tonight.
We're going to go with Trip Burkamp, Keaton Jones, Carson Beck, Sam Beck, and Adam Dooley.
And then off your bench?
We go with Eli Schreering, Bryson Rose, and Zach Betts.
Everybody healthy, ready to go?
We are. We're missing one guy. We got one guy, Crit Everman Jr., back home with the flu, so we're one guy short. But other than that, we're healthy. We're ready to roll.
Coach Schreering, as always, thank you for the time and the talk. You and your ball club have a good game tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
And Coach Travis Schreering of Northeast DuBois. Stay tuned. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Looking to make a difference? Team OC's Youth Mentoring Program is here to help kids in Orange County reach their full potential. Our mission to expand child's possibilities through a community-wide mentoring program for kids 7 to 17. We provide support, guidance, and a caring adult to lean on. You can be a part of their journey. Become a mentor or make a donation. Join us at 262 West Court Street, Paoli, or visit teamocmentoring.org. Questions? Call Executive Director Priscilla Woodrum at 812-653-0288. Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762 Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
As the Team OC pregame show rolls on, head coach Dusty Cole of Paoli joins us now. Rams are at home tonight. Haven't said that very often so far this season, taking on a very good Northeast DuBois Jeep team. We'll talk about that matchup in just a few minutes. Well, Coach, already, this is going to be game 2 of the week, but started off in fine fashion with a big conference win Tuesday night at Mitchell.
Yeah, that was a good game for us on the road, and a conference game at that. It was a game that got moved, so we got 3 this week. So it's a busy week, but we got off to a good start. Hopefully we can keep on playing well.
And, of course, as I mentioned, Coach, we're at home. That's not been said often so far this season.
Well, it just kind of feels like basketball right now. The middle of January, it's kind of cold outside. It's a good time to be in the gym. We got homecoming tonight. We got a good team coming in here, and should be just a good atmosphere for our boys.
Well, another quick turnaround, a couple of days of practice to get ready for tonight. What were you able to work on?
And we was able to watch some tape again. We always want to break that down. That ends up taking 30, 40 minutes at least, sometimes longer than that. But we watched a little of ourselves, the first practice we had, and then we came back, we watched a little DuBois. We got some shots up, and then we're always going to take at least 45 minutes or so, and we're going to get up and down and kind of work on just our pace. If you're going to play the pace like we play and just kind of style, then I feel like you've got to practice that at least a couple times a week, and so we did that a little bit as well, and then had a pretty good week, and I just think the boys are ready to play. They're excited to play, and it's a good time of year.
Well, we're still a few weeks away from postseason play, but, Coach, we set up a scenario with this schedule now, which could turn out to be a sectional week type schedule.
Yeah, it is. You got 3 games a week. You got to play well all 3 games, and just a good team coming in here tonight. They're going to play about 8 or 9 kids, so they can kind of match our depth a little bit. They got a lot of size. There's a 6'5" kid, a couple 6'4" kids. A couple other kids are going to be about 6'2" or so they got a lot of size. They play hard, and it's just a team we like a lot on tape as we're watching them. They're kind of playing similar to what we try to play a little bit with the style. They're a physical team. They're going to hit the glass hard. So it's just going to be one of those games we're going to see, who kind of wins out. They're used to getting 80-20 balls, and they're real good on the glass. They probably out-rebounded almost every team they've played, so it'll be a good challenge.
Defensively, what do you expect out of them, and how will you attack them?
We've seen mostly man-to-man. They'll mix it up some. They play a little bit of zone, a little bit 2-3, a little bit of 1-2-2. They will press a little bit, but it's kind of a soft press, kind of that just kind of a 1-2-2 token press or a 2-2-1. Don't put a lot of pressure on the ball, but they just kind of use their length a little bit. If you make a mistake, they're going to be there. But they're going to play pretty much man-to-man. That's what they like to play. They'll switch some screens. They kind of match up out of it. They're always pointing guys out and kind of matching up like a matchup zone, which can be kind of difficult to play against. So, you've got to be ready as you're one of the screeners. You got to be ready to slip. You got to be ready to flash back. You got to be able to go all those little things, and that's kind of what we worked on in practice this week. You can't just come off the screen. That's going to be covered. So the screeners are going to be open a lot. So we kind of went over just a few of those things, and then, going to have to play some smart basketball here tonight.
Defensively, will you man them, a team you can turn over in the press, or you have to go to that 1-3-1 tonight?
We've seen a lot of tape on them. The one thing we haven't seen a lot of pressure against them. So obviously that's what we're going to do. We'll see what they do early. We like to put a lot of pressure on, and we feel like we can turn them over a little bit. I think that's an advantage that we probably have. But they're a quick team, too, so, we can't give up stuff on the back end. But at the same time, we're going to find out early, just how well they can just take care of the ball versus the pressure, because we're going to put it on all night long just like we always do. And then we also need to change defense a little bit. That's the other thing that we kind of talked about, trying to keep them off balance. They get kind of comfortable in a couple of things, and they get pretty good. They're really good at getting the ball to the middle of the floor, versus traps, and even in the half-court offense. They got a couple guys, if they can catch it down there in the paint about 6 or 7 foot, then they're really good. They have 2 lefties, especially big guys. They're about 6'4" apiece, and they're really good down there. So we got to keep the ball out of the paint, but we got to change defense a little bit too, and just keep them all balanced up.
Well, let's talk about matchup, coaches. Where do the Rams have some matchup advantages tonight?
Well, we're going to find out early. Don't really know yet. We're still going to go inside. I don't know if that's going to be an advantage or not, but that's what we're going to do. I think we can turn them over a little bit. I think we can speed them up some. I think that's the biggest difference you're probably going to see. We're going to kind of see who wins out. They're more of a half-court team. They're holding people to 37 points a game or something like that, top 5 or 6 in the state, and we like to get up and down the floor a little bit. We like to go. So that's kind of what we're going to find out early, who can do what, but we're going to be trying to speed them up, and they're going to try to slow us down, I think.
Line up for your Rams tonight.
We'll start with Cooper and Dakota in the backcourt, Ian and Traylon at forwards, and Dana center.
And then off your bench?
Kirkland coming early, and Chad had a pretty good week of practice. He looked a lot better this week. I think he's real close to 100%, so he'll come in early. Justin as well.
Everybody else healthy, ready to go?
We are. I think we're ready to play, and should be just a great game with the homecoming, too.
Coach Cole, as always, thank you for the time and the talk. You and your ball club have a good game tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Head coach Dusty Cole of the Paoli Rams. Stay tuned. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
As we wrap up the Team OC pregame show, Team OC expanding possibilities one child at a time. Paoli Rams on homecoming put their 10-game winning streak on the line here tonight at D.E. Sweet Chambers Gymnasium on the James A. Babcock Court. Rated number 4 in Class 2A, the Rams this week, taking on the very tough Northeast Du Bois Jeeps, number 12 in Class A. They come in with an 8-3, but they are the 5th best defensive team in the state of Indiana. So it'll be a test of wills here tonight. Can the Rams score, and can the Jeeps hold them down? We'll come back, take a look at tonight's starting lineups. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mixed asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595. Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Starting lineups tonight brought to you by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James. For the visiting Northeast DuBois Jeeps at forward, number 14, Sam Beck, 6'4" and a junior, averaging 9.5. Four-guard lineup, 0 is Keaton Jones, 6'2" and a senior, 7.7. Number 4 is Adam Dooley, 6'2", a senior, averaging 11.9. Number 20 is Trip Verkamp, 6'2" and a senior, 7.3. And number 24, Carson Beck, rounds out the lineup, 6'5" and a junior, averaging 3.6. For head coach Travis Schwering, the Northeast DuBois Jeeps are 8-3. For the homestanding Paoli Rams on homecoming tonight at forward, number 2, Traylon Mitten, 6'2" and a senior, averaging 4.2. The other forwards, 24, Ian Sullivan, 5'10" and a junior, averaging 5.2. At center, number 4, Dane Padgett, 6'3" and a senior, the leading scorer at 12.8. The backcourt, 22, Cooper Spires, 6'1" and a senior, averaging 8.6. And number 30, Dakota Apple, 6'3" and a junior, averaging 9.9. For head coach Dusty Cole, the Rams are 10-0. Our lineups tonight brought to you by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James. The Jeeps in their traveling blue, trimmed in white and gray. The Rams in their home white, trimmed in purple and gold. And take you through tonight's homecoming matchup between the Rams and the Jeeps, here's Bert Pedigo.
Always a game to look forward to. You know what you're going to get out of each ball club. They're going to be getting after you physically, and that's typically what we see. Tip controlled by Paoli. They get the first crack at the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli on the offensive end. Spires has it. He's on the high right. Out to Apple, left of the key. Apple has used up his dribble. Fires it down low to Padgett. Back outside to Spires to Ian Sullivan at the top of the key. Left side now to Apple. Is Paoli patient offensively to Minton. Out top, Ian Sullivan now with it. They work that weave across the top of the key. On the baseline to Minton. Fades away with 2, and that's well short. Rebound controlled by DuBois. Jones with it. He will bring it across the timeline. Angles to the left. Paoli is set in their man-to-man. Out front, Verkamp with it over to Dooley. Now down low, they get it to Sam Beck. Beck backs his way in, fires it back out to Dooley. His shot no good. Apple up for the rebound for Paoli. He'll bring it into front court himself, gets it to Spires. Running one-hander in the lane is no good. Rebound controlled underneath by Carson Beck, and a jump ball going to be called, and this time it will favor DuBois.
Cooper Spires just hanging around after missing that shot, able to tie him up. Now the officials will confer. Both teams opened up in their man-to-man defense. See exactly, maybe one thought he had a foul, and apparently he does, and that will overrule. And they're going to put it on 22. That'll be Cooper Spires. That'll be his first and team foul number 1.
All right, Paoli, even off of the miss with the foul call, gets a chance to set full court pressure. They're going to try and turn this Northeast DuBois team over tonight. In backcourt, Sam Beck with it. He's used up his dribble, gets it over to Dooley. Into front court finally to Verkamp. Now over to Carson Beck. Beck drives in, kicks it back out to Dooley, and Paoli is set defensively. Give it over to Jones. Jones brings it back out to the middle of the court, and they set on that box set, too high, too low along the lane. Bring Verkamp out to the left wing. He's got it, swinging around right side. Now with it is Carson Beck out to Dooley. 3, top of the key, way off the mark, no good. Ball going out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Paoli.
Well, Dooley not shy at putting up some threes here early on into this ball game, as the Rams have done a nice job of keeping Northeast DuBois out of the paint in their first couple of possessions.
Carson Beck, he brings it into Sam Beck. They'll swing it around the left side. Carson's got it again. Now Jones with it in the corner. Jones looks to drive, got to the lane, fades away with 2. It's no good. Barely drew iron. Offensive board work, though, for DuBois, and they've got another crack at it out front. 3 on the way by Carson Beck is up and good. And it's a quick 3-0 lead for Northeast DuBois. Played about 2 minutes. Ball got away into the cafeteria, so they had to stop things for just a second. All right, now Paoli, possession of it, and headed to the offensive end. Apple gets it to Padgett. He's on the left wing. Padgett drives in, kicks it back out to Spires. Spires on the high right. Left side to Apple. Apple pulls up, 15-footer, no good. Even Sullivan, the rebound, fade away in the lane is no good. Rebound foul going to be called, and it looks like Apple came over the back and will draw the foul.
That'll be the first on Dakota, team foul number 2. Both teams, though, already a strength is crashing that offensive glass, and each team has had multiple chances at the basket. The Jeeps, the only one to score so far here early on.
Yep, played 2.5 minutes in backcourt with it. That is Verkamp. Verkamp has used up his dribble, and a 10-second call just before Ian Sullivan was going to be called for a foul.
Well, the Rams bench was lobbing for 10 seconds at the 8-second mark. I don't know if that hurried up the official on his count or not, but the Rams, that's one thing Coach Cole said in the pregame, has not seen the Jeeps handle any full-court pressure so far till tonight. And right now, the Rams' full-court pressure created a turnover.
Paoli down 3-0. Lob down low to Paget. Close-in shot is up and good. Got his first two of the night for Paoli. Back to a one-point ball game and a turnover in backcourt. Minton knocks it away. Sullivan's got it. He drives in. Shot blocked, but a whistle and a foul, and he will go to the free throw line.
What the Rams want to do, this foul is going to go on Trip Verkamp. That will be his first and team foul number 1.
Percentage-wise, Ian Sullivan heads above the rest on Paoli at 79% on the year. Free throw up and good. Got the first, and that will tie it at 3 with 5:08 to go in the first quarter of play. Sullivan with his first point, going for 2 here. One more bounce. Free throw on the way, up and good. Got them both. And Paoli, their first lead at 4-3. A deflection. Dakota Apple with the deflection. Oh, and he got it inbounds to Sullivan. Sullivan went right back to him, but he hadn't established position.
Right idea, just timing was off on that one.
All right, Dooley. He will step out of bounds from DuBois. They have not handled the pressure all that well so far. Turned it over a couple of times. Jones in backcourt with it. Fires it ahead to Carson Beck. He's on the far sideline. Out front to Dooley. They look down low. Instead, they get it to Sam Beck on the wing. Beck puts down the dribble, leaves it off for Verkamp. He drives in, pulls up 15-footer, no good. Fight for the rebound. Apple's got it for Paoli. Quickly into front court to Mint. Cross-court pass to Spires. Spires drives in, leaves it off for Apple, open and lays it in. Spires drove baseline. Apple drove the lane. He's got his first two. Paoli a 6-3 lead. Lob it in to Sam Beck. He just tipped it back to Dooley. Quickly gets it over to Jones, and he'll bring it across the timeline. And to the top of the key, Jones will try a three that's up and no good. Apple, another rebound for Paoli. He's in a hurry the other way. Leaves it off for Sullivan. Sullivan, left side to Minton, back out to Spires. To Minton, three, left side, no good, way off the mark. Rebound taken down by Northeast DuBois. Played 4 minutes. Paoli's got a 6-3 lead. DuBois, they have the basketball. Out front, Jones at the center court circle. Leaves it off for Beck. The ball deflected into backcourt, so Carson Beck can go get it. Minton with him defensively, an excellent physical matchup. Left side, Dooley. Dooley puts down the right-handed dribble, got in the lane, and a foul going to be called, and that's going to be a tough one to take for Paoli.
That's Dakota Apple. That's going to be quickly 2 on the Rams guard. As Paoli goes to the bench, Hughes in, Chad Sullivan in. Coming out will be Apple and Paget, and entering for the Northeast DuBois Jeeps will be Eli Schreering, number 23, replacing Sam Beck.
3:36 to go in the first quarter. DuBois will inbound to the right of their bucket. They get it in to Carson Beck. Out front to Jones. Now they get it over to Schreering. Schreering at the midcourt circle. Angles right, passes right to Jones. Jones looks down low. Nobody open. Brings it back out front to Verkamp. Now to Schreering. Schreering. He puts down that left-handed dribble. May have traveled. Got away with it. Gets it over to Dooley. Left corner. Three is well short. But DuBois with the offensive board work. Verkamp has it. He's right in front of the Paoli bench. Now he will back it out, and they'll set from there. Schreering. He's on the left wing. Drives in on Sullivan. And did he travel? Yes, he did. And that's 4 turnovers against DuBois.
Jeeps were very patient, but the Rams, they always send a player down court whenever the ball goes up on the rim. The way the Jeeps are hitting the offensive glass, Paoli may have to send everybody to the defensive glass to avoid those second-chance opportunities.
2:45 to go in the first quarter. Paoli 6-3 lead with the basketball. They look down low instead to the top of the key. Now over to Hughes, a three on the way. No good. Ball kicks out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by DuBois. And the DuBois folks not happy. They wanted an over-the-back foul.
Zach Betts will check in for the Jeeps. Coming out will be Carson Beck. For Paoli, we see Justin Thornton for the first time tonight, replacing Ian Sullivan in the Rams lineup.
All right. Spires, meanwhile, waits. He's got it now. Left of the Paoli bucket. Into Hughes out of the corner. He'll try a three. No good. Long kick out of there. It went all the way to the far corner. And Betts the rebound for DuBois. Handed off to Schraring across the timeline. Now to Jones and right side to Dooley. Dooley down low to Schraring, picked up by Sullivan. Out to Dooley. Dooley drives right into Minton. A lot of hard contact, but no call. And they say play on. Schraring on the right side. Passes back out to Jones. Fakes three. Drives in. Leans in. Got the shot on the way. It's off the mark. No good. Sullivan wrestled it away from Thornton, and Paoli heads the other way. Minton at the midcourt stripe. At the top of the key, leaves it off for Hughes. Hughes going to drive around one, got to the baseline, jumper up and good. Don't usually see that out of him. He drives for his first two, and Paoli's up 8-3. Schraring across the timeline has used up the dribble, needs some help. His pass going out of bounds, and that was a zig and a zag kind of thing, and that's 5 turnovers already against DuBois.
Rams have done a nice job in their half-court pressure, getting the Jeeps a little bit out of sync. And Paoli continues to run fresh players in as Minton out and Dane Padgett back in for the final 139 of this first quarter.
About as big a lineup as Paoli can have. Don't usually see Thornton, Padgett, and Sullivan in there at the same time. Ball loose at the midcourt stripe. Burkamp comes up with it. He will drive in, put it up good, count it, and a chance for a three-point play. Paoli just could not put a handle on the basketball.
Well, they made a bad pass to start with that time, did Thornton, and that's what triggered everything. And the Jeeps were all over it, as you might expect, with the good defense that they have. That foul going to be on Kirkland Hughes. That'll be his first team foul, number 4.
Burkamp, free throw on the way is good. Bounced around a little bit. He's got 3, making an 8-6 ball game now in favor of Paoli. Minute 24 to go in the first quarter. In the front court, Padgett with it, gets it to Hughes on the left wing. They're going backdoor with the lob to Padgett. Pass too far behind the bucket, so they have to save it inbounds and start all over. Lob it down low again to Padgett. Padgett powers the shot up, and no, wouldn't fall. Rebound battled for. Dooley finally wrestles it away, and DuBois runs it into front court. Burkamp back out to Schraring as Paoli was back defensively. 53 seconds to go in the first quarter. 2-point Paoli lead. DuBois the basketball on the right wing. Back out to Dooley. Swinging left side. Betts 3 on the way is good. Stepped right in. Knocked it down. He's got his first points of the night. It's a 9-8 score in favor of DuBois now. Hughes across the timeline for Paoli. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. See if they want to go for one or not. Spires holds up that one finger. And it looks like they will hold for the last shot of the quarter. Spires at the midcourt circle, down to 18 seconds. Over to Thornton. Thornton, ball overhead with 14, down to Sullivan. Sullivan goes now, shot in the lane, no good. Ball loose in the lane, it's on the floor. Body's on the floor, and Jones comes running out of there with it for DuBois. Just 4 seconds to go in the quarter, down to 2. He will launch 3, that's no good. And that's the way the first quarter has come to an end. DuBois leading Paoli 9-8. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
If you're retired or even thinking about retiring, you want someone to work as hard for your money as you have. Raymond James Financial Advisors Jamie Sullivan and Jenny Baker specialize in doing what's right for you in your retirement years and in educating you about your investments. If you'd like a fresh, objective, and thoughtful second opinion, contact Jenny or Jamie at 812-849-2670, located in Mitchell. Raymond James & Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange SIPC. Life well planned.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams!
Quarter in the books right now. Northeast DuBois, a 9-8 lead That first quarter, it wasn't what you would call a helter-skelter pace, but it was an aggressive pace. Both teams getting after it defensively, forcing turnovers. Paoli did at least. 5 against Du Bois, 2 against Paoli. Du Bois begins second quarter action, possession of the basketball. Left side, Schraring has it. He'll go over to the right side. That's another 3 that's good. He's made 2 of them. He's got 6, and it's now a 12-8 score in favor of Du Bois. Fires across the line for Paoli. Angles to the left. Couldn't get around his man. Now brings it back out front. Pass it to Hughes at the top of the key. Back over, right side to Spires. He's calling for the screen from Minton. Gets it. Now gets it back over to Minton. Down low to Paget. Paget double teamed. Went up for the shot. It's no good, but he is fouled and should get a chance at the line.
And that help defense was on Keaton Jones, a foul. That'll be his first team foul number 1 of this quarter. Dane Paget has a basket for 2 points so far in this ball game. Rams were just 3 out of 9 from 2-point range for 33%, and 0 for 3 behind the arc. They were 2 out of 2 until that point. Now 2 out of 3 at the strike.
Bit of a gamble here for Coach Dusty Cole as he puts Dakota Apple back in the game with those 2 fouls.
Yeah, but it made a difference when he went to the bench.
Paget, free throw, up and good. Got 1 of 2, make it a 12-9 score in favor of Du Bois. Another substitution as Ian Sullivan will check back in, and Spires goes out.
Jeeps in that first quarter, 1 out of 4 from 2-point range, 25%, 2 out of 7 behind the arc for 29%, and 1 out of 1 at the free throw line.
Into front court finally, just did beat the 10 count. Jones with it. He passes over to Morose, who checked in at that last break. Into Schraring. Schraring back to Betts, who's made a couple of threes. Paoli comes to get him in a hurry. That pass nearly out of bounds. Schraring had to fight to get it after Ian Sullivan got a hand on it. And Coach Travis Schraring, he says, let's calm things down. They were out of sync. He will take time. 12-9 your score. Du Bois on top of Paoli. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Leaded by 3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting and Raymond James scoreboard, and a pace more liking to the Jeeps right now. Again, they only average giving up 35 points a ball game. Rams right now stand at 9 with a minute into this second quarter of play.
Paoli will switch defenses. They'll go to that 1-3-1 half-court defense. Out front, Jones with it, goes right side. Betts wanted the 3, couldn't get the shot. Ball deflected, going out of bounds, and they say last touch by Du Bois. That's now 6 turnovers against the Jeeps.
Rams have done a good job of turning over Northeast Du Bois so far in this first half, but just haven't taken advantage of those extra opportunities.
12-9 the score. Du Bois up. Paoli's got the basketball. Apple with it. He's into front court. Gets it over to Sullivan on the far sideline. Back out front to Minton to Apple. Apple, and we got an illegal screen set off of the basketball. They were trying to get Hughes open, and Ian Sullivan was setting the screen.
That'll be the first foul on Ian, team foul number 1. You're exactly right. Just tried to drag Kirkland along that baseline and set a screen on the weak side at the wing. And that time, Ian just lowered his shoulder into the defender. He'll come out of the ball game, and Cooper Spires will re-enter as the Rams set up in a 1-3-1 half-court trap.
All right. Stepping out of bounds to do the honors. That is Morose. He gets it into Jones, back to Morose, to Betts, still in backcourt. Betts across the timeline, passes to the right side. Checking back in at that break was Sam Beck. Left side, Jones with it. Jones around to the right side to Morose. Morose back out front as they try to work around Dakota Apple. Apple a pain out front defensively. Morose, a 3, right side is no good. Long kicker out of there. The Spires runs down for Paoli. Spires brings it forward himself. Gets to the baseline, fakes again, leans in. Shot off the glass is good. Good to see him aggressive offensively. Make it now a 12-11 score in favor of Du Bois. DuBois the basketball. Into front court, Beck with it. Beck backs it out with the dribble. He's in a world of hurt, gets rid of it. Open, left side, Betts, three on the way is no good. Patchett way up for the rebound for Paoli. Outlet pass to Spires. Spires it ahead to Hughes. On the baseline now to Minton. Minton brings it back out front with the pass to Apple. Apple's going to drive in. Contact shot. Good. Count it. And a chance for a three-point play.
Well, you kind of hold your breath when you see Dakota do that with those two fouls. But he had the advantage, able to turn the corner, and he'll be at the line for a three-point play to swing that lead back over to the side of the Rams. That foul, by the way, goes on Carson Beck. That'll be his first team foul, number 2.
13-12 the score. Paoli pokes their head back out in front by 1. 5:15 to go in the first half. Apple at the line. Free throw, left it short. No good. Rebound taken down by Carson Beck. Ahead to Sam. Sam back out to Carson. Left side, Dooley. Back out, Carson Beck with it. Ball on his hip. And Paoli is set in that 1-3-1. A kick ball out front by Apple. And he can be a pain defensively.
Well, once again, we said the Rams kind of drugged themselves down a little bit when he went to the bench with those two fouls. But now that he's back out there, a little more pep in the step and doing a better job of executing on both ends of the court.
Jones, right side, Beck, thought about another three. Instead puts the dribble down. His pass deflected. And free advertising, it hits the Hoosier Hardware sign hanging from the cafeteria area.
Rams a good job recovering on Beck when it looked like he was going to be free on the baseline.
Beck, right side, it's Betts rather with a three. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Paoli. Minton has it. He'll bring it into front court himself. Paoli up by 1. 4.5 minutes now to go in the first half of play. Out front, Spires dribbling away some time. Now everybody's set. He's going to angle over to the right side. He's used up the dribble, needs some help. Minton pops free, gets it over to Apple. Apple just left of the key as Betts comes out to guard him defensively. Apple looks to drive, can't get through. Now over to Minton. Minton at the three-point line, looking downside, inside, got it to Sullivan, who goes to the bucket and lays it up and in. Chad Sullivan with his first two. Paoli back to a three-point lead now at 15-12. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Pass it over to Betts. Betts at the midcourt stripe. He's used up his dribble, needs to get rid of it, does so. Over to Jones. Jones, his pass deflected by Apple, but Betts there, fortunately for DuBois, to recover. Jones has it. Jones, right side. They get it down low to Sam Beck. Fires it over, left corner. Dooley, three is no good. Rebound, Paoli's got it. Spires runs it into front court. He's used up the dribble. Back out to Apple on the right side to Minton. They look down for Padgett. Padgett turns to the bucket. Shot would not fall. Rebound taken down by DuBois. The Jeeps run it into front court. Jones with it. Jones out to Sam Beck. Beck gets it over to Jones. He's used up his dribble. Over to Dooley. Dooley to Betts. Betts at the three-point line. Paoli comes to get him in a hurry. Down low, Jones with it. Shot up in the lane is good. Count it. And he's got a chance for a three-point play.
Good play by Keaton Jones. He flashed right just below the free throw line where the defense had vacated to go to that double team, and his teammate was able to find him, and he'll have a three-point play opportunity and a chance to tie up this ball game.
That's a big foul. That's on Dakota Apple.
That will be 3, and he definitely will go to the bench now for the rest of this half.
He came in, gave Paoli a lift, got him back to the lead. And the two officials conferring, did the basket count? It did, so he's got one free throw. All right, Jones, let's see. On the year, 46% free throw shooter. Shot up and no good. Minton up for the rebound for Paoli. Paoli, the basketball, a 1-point lead, 3 minutes to go in the half. Spires across the timeline. Angles left, looks down low for Chad Sullivan. Got it to him. He's double-teamed. And what's the call going to be? I thought at first he was going to motion travel, but he's got a hold instead.
He's just going to say, nope, he was safe instead of the travel. As he wanted to make sure it was not going to be a shooting foul. This one will go on Sam Beck, number 14 of the Jeeps. That'll be his first team foul, number 3, as the Rams will get it along the baseline.
All right, Spires will step out left side of the Paoli bucket. Right down low to Sullivan. Shot blocked, but a whistle and a foul, and he will get 2 free throws. Sam Beck came over to prevent the easy layup.
And he's got 2 quick fouls in just a matter of a second or two. And that'll put Chad at the free throw line, a basket for 2 points for the Rams senior. See if he can extend this Rams lead out a couple of more points.
Free throw, no good. Too hard off the back rim. Substitution, Beck will go out, and Morose will check back in. All right, see if Chad Sullivan could get 1 of 2. Missed the first. Second one on the way is good. Shoots it at about 50% on the year. He's got 3 points on the night. Paoli a 2-point lead at 16-14.
Quickly, Traylon Mitten back in. Kirkland Hughes to the Rams bench.
All right, Paoli sets 2-2-1. That pass nearly got away as Burkamp let it go off his knee. Burkamp now with it, drives it into front court, and just as the ball was getting loose, they're going to say Padgett was the reason why, because he blocked and will get stuck with a foul.
That's the first on Dane, team foul number 3 on the Rams. So both teams almost at the point of this ball game, second quarter, where they'll be shooting some free throws.
All right, Schraring. He's got it out front. Paoli sets in a 2-3 this time. They've got to watch shooters out there. Schraring fires it over to Burkamp. Back to Schraring. Right side to Dooley. He's not afraid of putting it up. Brings it back out to Schraring. Over to Dooley. Dooley fakes, drives, lost his footing, and they say that he was pushed by Padgett, and that's 2 quick fouls on the Paoli big man.
Well, that's a tough one. That's not the kind of foul Dane needs to be near at this point of the ball game. Rams need him in the lineup. Quickly, Justin Thornton will come in, but not before DuBois has it.
Oh, they threw it off the back of Sullivan. Dooley did, went right back to him. He laid it up and in for his first 2. Driving in, a charge? No, they're going to call it a block. No, one official's got a charge. The other, I guess he's in concurrence with it. It looked like it was going to be a charge to me, and it is against Ian Sullivan. Sullivan got the shot to fall, but it is waved off.
And that'll be 2 now on Ian, and all of a sudden the Rams in some foul trouble here late in this second quarter, as Ian with 2, Dane with 2, and Dakota with 3.
All right, Northeast DuBois with a 16-16 tie. They've got possession of the basketball. Schraring in backcourt with it. They beat the press this time. His shot blocked out of bounds, and it will stay with DuBois.
Schraring tried to beat that press with the dribble. Unfortunately, tried to go against 3 Ram defenders there at the rim.
2:06 to go in the first half, tied at 16. DuBois to inbound to the left of their bucket. They get it into backcourt. There with it is Morose. Morose to Schraring. Schraring, a lefty, puts down the right-handed dribble. He'll angle right and pass right to Morose on the baseline. They get it to Carson Beck. Beck dribbles it out away from trouble. He has used up the dribble. Now finally gets it over to Dooley. Dooley out front to Schraring. They've killed about 30 seconds on the clock this possession right now. Out front, Dooley. Right side to Burkamp. Burkamp down low to Morose as he wrestles with Ian Sullivan. His pass deflected, taken away. Paoli's got it. Minton drives into front court, and he is fouled as Burkamp ran at him trying to get that ball back.
That'll be 2 on Trip Burkamp, but it will put the Rams at the free throw line here with 1:29 to go, as Traylon Minton will be looking for his first points of the night.
All right, Minton on the year, 56% free throw shooter. That percentage has slowly been coming up. He's ready at the line. Free throw on the way is no good. Too hard off the back rim. Paoli's missed a couple of free throws.
Leaving some points at the line, you're right. So far here in this quarter, that is going to be their 6th trip, but they've only made 2 of them so far here in quarter number 2.
Score still tied. 16-16, minute 29 to go in the first half. Second free throw by Minton. Too hard, no good. Ball tipped around. Thornton goes after it, saves it, got it to Sullivan. His shot off the glass is no good. And DuBois comes down with the rebound. Now they lose it. Thornton comes up with a loose basketball. It got knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say it stays with Paoli.
A little helter-skelter now, getting up and down. That's what the Rams want to see. As Sullivan will come out with those 2 fouls. Hughes will quickly come in at 1:17 to go. And also Cade Walls sees his first action as Minton will get a break.
All right, Spires will step out of bounds and do the honors for Paoli. Has it, slaps it, still looking, has to lob into Sullivan at the high post. Sullivan works to the baseline, to the bucket, and lays it up and in. Chad Sullivan, he's got 5, and Paoli back to a 2-point lead. Minute 5 to go in the first half. Right side. Betts has it. He'll pass back out to Dooley. Swing it over to Carson Beck on the far sideline in front of what is a big Paoli cheer block. Down low to Jones. His close-in shot no good. A follow no good. Another follow is up and good. Couple of opportunities for his first 2. We're tied at 18. 43 seconds left in the first half. See if Paoli again wants to hold for the last shot. They could double up if they do that because the alternating possession goes to Paoli. Walls with it. He hands it off to Spires. Spires bobbled it a second. Dangerously close to losing it. Out front, he passes over to Walls. Walls brings it between the circles. He's going to angle to the left side. Now fades away with a jumper. It rimmed out. No good. And a rebound foul going to be called as Sullivan was over the back. And that will give free throws to Dubois.
Be the first on Chad over the limit. Again, though, the Rams were wanting to hold for 1, but that did not happen. And that'll put Dubois at the line a chance to possibly take the lead going into the halftime break. Walking up there will be Adam Dooley, who has a basket for 2 points. That basket coming earlier in this quarter.
Dooley, best free throw shooter for Dubois at 67%. That free throw no good. Dubois, just like Paoli, they do kind of struggle from the line as a team. They hit just 60%. Paoli as a team shoots 58%.
Ian Sullivan checks back in. Walls will go to the bench for the Rams.
Tied at 18. 14 seconds to go in the half. Dooley for the second. It's on the way and good. He got 1 of 2, and Dubois a 1-point lead. Paoli, 14 seconds to go in the half. Spires will walk it across the timeline. Dubois, they are in the man-to-man. Down to 7 as they cross the center court line. Down to 5 to 4. Spires back out to Hughes. 3 on the way is no good. And that's the way the first half will come to an end. Northeast Dubois, they are giving Paoli all that they can handle. 19-18 is the score. Dubois leads Paoli. We'll take a break, come back, start talking about first half action. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summer's seamless guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind. Installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summer's seamless gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summer's Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Well, 2 quarters in the books. Really haven't decided a lot other than these are 2 pretty evenly matched teams. 19-18 is your halftime score. Paoli trails at the half. They trail Northeast Dubois by 1. We get the Whitfield Investments halftime report underway. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how West can help you stay on track with your goals now and in the future. Well, looking back at first half action, had 3 ties and 4 lead changes. Northeast Dubois came out, got the lead about 2 minutes in. Took both teams a little bit just to settle in. Dubois made a 3 at the 6:01 mark. It was Carson Beck that put that one up and in. Gave Dubois a 3-0 lead. But then Paoli would go on an 8-0 run. They got points out of Padgett, Ian Sullivan with a couple of free throws. Dakota Apple chips in with a 2, and Cooper Spires chips in with a 2. Paoli led it 8-3. That was with 1:48 to go in the first quarter of play. From that point on, Northeast Dubois, they closed out the quarter with a 6-0 run as they were able to get points out of Trip Verkamp. It was a 2-point bucket along with a free throw. And then with 37 seconds left in the quarter, Zachary Betts knocks down a three, and that gives Du Bois the lead at 9-8. Du Bois would build that lead up to 4 on another Betts three to start the second quarter before Paoli goes on a 7-0 run to recapture that lead. It was at 15-12. Northeast Du Bois, they got a bucket from Jones, could not convert on the free throw attempt. The score at 15-14 with 3:05 to go in the half. Paoli gets one of two free throws from Chad Sullivan to get up 16-14 before Du Bois comes back to tie it with a Dooley bucket at the 2:20 mark. Paoli had opportunities at the free throw line in the second quarter, missed a couple with Minton up there with the score tied at 16. Paoli would get a bucket out of Chad Sullivan at the minute 8 mark, gave them a 2-point lead, but then Du Bois, they score the final 3 points of the half, and they lead it 19-18 here at the break. Rebounding battle, that's being won by Du Bois, margin of 15-12. Turnovers, 8 against Du Bois, 4 against Paoli. 19-18, that's your halftime score. Du Bois leads Paoli. When the Whitfield Investments halftime report continues, we'll be taking a look at individual and team stats from first half action. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat low-fill insulation system makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat insulation system by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
As we continue with the Whitfield Investments halftime report, Northeast Du Bois on top by a single point, 19-18. Take a look at shooting here in the first half of play. For the Rams in the first quarter, 3 out of 9 from 2-point range, 4 out of 7 in the second quarter, 7 out of 16, 44%, way below their normal shooting percentage here in the first 2 quarters. Rams have yet to hit a three-pointer. They are 0 for 4 in the first half. They only went 2 out of 2 at the free throw line in the first quarter, but only 2 out of 7 in the second quarter. 4 out of 11 for the half at just 36%. For Northeast Du Bois, they were 1 out of 4 inside the arc in the first quarter, 3 out of 5 in the second, making them 4 out of 9 here at the half for 44%. Three-point shooting, the Jeeps knocked down 2 out of 7 in the first quarter, 1 out of 5 in the second. They are 3 out of 12 at half for 25%. The Jeeps 1 out of 1 at the stripe in the first quarter, 1 out of 3 in the second. For the half, 2 out of 4 for 50%. And the Jeeps lead it by 1 at the half, 19-18. We'll have more of the Whitfield Investment halftime report. Take a look at individual scoring. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
Whitfield Investments halftime report finds the Jeeps on top of the Rams by 1. As we take a look at individual scoring, very balanced for both teams. Chad Sullivan leads the way for the Rams with 5, 4 for Dakota Apple, 3 on the night for Dane Padgett, 2 for Ian Sullivan, 2 for Cooper Spires, 2 for Kirkland Hughes. Trey Mitten, Justin Thornton, and Cade Wall saw action but did not score. For the Northeast DuBois Jeeps, Zachary Betts leads the way with 6 on a couple of three-pointers in the first half, then 3 for Adam Dooley, 3 for Trip Bergkamp, 3 for Carson Beck, 2 for Keaton Jones, and 2 for Eli Schraring. As we saw Sam Beck start but did not score, the same off the bench for Bryson Morose. Here at the half, the Jeeps lead it by 1. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community, one scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
It's going to be a battle, and it is here at the half as we wrap up the Whitfield Investments halftime report. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how West can keep you on track with your goals now and the future. A big stat concerning the Rams: fouls, Dakota Apple with 3, 2 for Ian Sullivan, and 2 for Dane Padgett. For the Jeep, Sam Beck with 2, and Trip Bergkamp with 2 as we get ready to go with third quarter play.
All right, Paoli, they will start with possession of the basketball. I think everybody kind of exhaled at halftime. Now they can catch their breath, and we'll be ready for 2 more quarters, just like what we saw in the first half, I'm sure. All right, Paoli to the offensive end. Apple has it. He's got to be careful with those fouls. Right side to Minton. They lob down to Padgett. Shot up good. Count it. And a chance for a three-point play. They went right to the bread and butter. Padgett now has 5, and Paoli pokes their head right back out in front at 20-19.
And that foul will be on Trip Bergkamp, and all of a sudden he has 3 now for the Northeast DuBois Jeeps.
Padgett ready at the free throw line. It's on the way and good. Completes the three-point trip. He's got 6. 21-19 the score. Paoli up by 2. DuBois possession of the basketball. They face the full court pressure. In the front court, it's a near steal. Ball loose. Well, Bergkamp came up with it. He threw it ahead. It bounced off a couple of heads. And finally, DuBois put the handle on it. Driving in. Beck's shot is no good. Rebound taken down by Bergkamp. His follow is no good. Another chance for Sam Beck. And he is fouled going back up.
This foul will go on Trey Mitten, and that'll be just his first. Team foul number 1. But once again, we see the Jeeps hitting that offensive glass like they did early in this ball game. At the line, Sam Beck looking for his first point of the night.
And he's still searching for it. That free throw too hard off the back rim. He shoots it at 57.9% on the year. All right, Sam Beck back to the line. Second one on the way. That one no good as well. And Minton, strong rebound for Paoli. Waits, hands it off to Spires. Spires will bring it across the timeline. Ahead to Apple. Apple right in front of the Paoli bench. To Minton, over to Ian Sullivan. Sullivan at the three-point line to Spires. Free throw line jumper up and no good. Dooley the rebound for DuBois. He waits. Traffic clears. Pass it over to Jones, and Paoli will press or trap in the half court. Get it to the high post to Beck. Beck over to Carson Beck. 3 right corner is no good. Spun out. Rebound, Ian Sullivan for Paoli. Ian in the front court. He lost it. Just came up hot on him, and it got away from him. Turnover number 5 against Paoli. Quickly the other way. Jones with it. Right side, Carson Beck. Another 3 that's no good. Rebound, kicks out. Spires goes and gets it. 2-on-2 the other way. Spires to the bucket. Shot up, no good. But He is fouled and will go to the free throw line.
Had to go on Keaton Jones, tried to go in for the charge, but instead just slid over and got a piece of Spires as he went driving by. That'll put Cooper at the free throw line. So far, just a basket for two, his first trip to the line here tonight.
6:34 to go in the third quarter, just underway, second half. Spires free throw, no good. 56% free throw shooter on the year. He's another one that the percentage has been coming up, but you need to continue making them.
Both teams struggling at the line here tonight.
Spires, second free throw, up and good. Got one of two. He's got 3 points, and it's a 3-point Paoli lead, 22-19. In backcourt, Verkamp with it. They play pitch and catch along with Carson Beck now across the timeline as they just spread out and spacing, trying to create that situation. Oh, and a deflection across the way as they tried to go over the top of the zone. Padgett deflected it. It went out of bounds off of Dooley.
Nice job by Dane, man. He really covered a lot of territory from the baseline all the way out what we used to call the hash mark on the sideline there. And I think that Dooley was surprised that he covered that much territory, and that's why he kind of thought, okay, it's going to go out of bounds off of him, no problem. But good job by Dane. Let's see if the Rams capitalize.
All right, Benton, as they go out, basically a high set, 3 across. Right side, Apple fires it down low, and a foul going to be called as Jones and Padgett wrestling for position, and the foul on Jones.
And that'll be 3 on Keaton Jones, and already 3 team fouls here on the Jeeps in less than 2 minutes of this third quarter.
Lob it in to Sullivan, turns in the lane, shot no good. Padgett tipped it to himself, goes back up and puts it up and in. Padgett, he's tough to handle. He's got 8, and Paoli, a 5-point lead, 24-19. Full court pressure again. Get it across the midcourt stripe to Jones. Jones in the far corner. Back out front. He passes to Dooley to Jones. Jones gets it to Betts over on the right wing. They come to get him. He knocked down 2 threes in the first half. Right side to Jones. He's double teamed. Out to Dooley. He will launch 3. No good. Spun out on him. And Sullivan, the rebound for Paoli. Handed off to Spires to Minton. Minton in front court. Drives in. Kicks it back out to Padgett. Padgett to Minton. Minton brings it back out with the pass to Apple, and they'll set from there. Apple at the top of the key has used up the dribble, gets it over to Spires. 5:15 to go in the third quarter. Paoli the basketball and a 5-point lead. Minton goes to the 3-point line to Padgett, out to Apple. Apple drives it in, leans in, shot no good. Rebound tipped around. Apple got it, back up in traffic, and good. 2 bounces on the right side of the rim, off the glass and in. Paoli's up 26-19. Coach Travis Shearing of DuBois says, I have seen enough. He will take time. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of Marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Rams off to an 8-0 run to start this third quarter of play, thanks in part to 5 points by Dane Padgett. And the Rams doing their own board work here now in this third quarter, getting second chance opportunities as Paoli will come out of the timeout. Looks like they'll go to three-quarter court pressure, and they're asking Dakota Apple to tuck in the jersey in the back.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, I have too.
Saw that at the girls' game the other night. Somebody had it untucked the whole time. All right, Paoli, full court pressure. DuBois has it in. About 5 seconds in before Jones finally gets it into front court. It's tipped away. Minton comes up with it. That's 10 turnovers against DuBois. Paoli to the offensive end. Minton has it at the three-point line. Goes to the low post to Paget. Drives in and puts it up in over Jones. He's got 10, and it's a 9-point Paoli lead at 28-19. Jones dribbles into a double team. Passes into Schraring. Schraring close in. Shot off the glass. No good. Rebound. Minton has it for Paoli. Paoli runs the other way. Get it to Paget on the baseline. Drives in. Shot no good, but a whistle and a foul, and another whistle to follow up on that. And let's see what the call is going to be.
Looks like Sam Beck is going to be the guilty party, and that will be his third, team foul number 4.
Okay.
But the other two officials are conversing about something.
Well, the underneath official, he had a call of some sort, but it must have occurred after the foul, which means it would have been a dead ball type thing. All right, Paget on the line, shooting 2. Free throw number 1 on the way is up and good. He's having a good night tonight. 29-19 the score. 4:16 to go in the third quarter. Paget with 11 and Paoli with a 10-point lead right now. Paget, second free throw. It's up and no good. Rolled out on him. Rebound, Dubois blocked out nicely. They bring it down. Paoli, 1-3-1, half-court trap again. Betts with it. Over to Dooley. Out to Schraring at the three-point line. Schraring, couple of jab steps. Brings it to Betts. Betts at the top of the key. Betts angles right. He's used up the dribble. His pass deflected, but Betts recovered by Beck. Schraring now with it. Passes left corner to Jones. Back out front, Schraring. They look down low. Paoli had that covered up. Out front to Betts to Schraring. Back to Betts. He'll fire up a three. This time it's too hard. No good. Rebound. Schraring way up for Dubois. Hands it off to Jones. Jones looks to drive. His pass intercepted as Minton, playing center field over there, he comes down with it, and that now is 11 turnovers against Dubois. Left side, Apple, open, 3, no good for Paoli. Nothing but blue shirts underneath. The rebound taken down by Jones into front court now. 3:15 to go. Did they lose it out of bounds? Nearly. It went off of Betts, but stayed in bounds, and he came back up with it. Schraring at the center court circle. Paoli 1-3-1, trapping when they can. Schraring with it. He's left of the key. Schraring has used up his dribble, gets it out to Dooley, left side. Betts, 3 out of the corner, no good. Rebound taken down by Dakota Apple of Paoli. Into Spires, over to Paget. Paget looks down low for Sullivan. Couldn't get it to him as Dooley did a real nice job defensively feinting off of that pass fake. Out front, Spires with it. 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Paoli up by 10 with the basketball. Paget to the high post to Sullivan. He had it knocked away from behind, but then he re-steals, gets it into Paget. Paget shot up. Good. No, not going to count. They say that he traveled. The two teams will exchange turnovers.
Well, Dane Paget had the best expression of the night on that call when he came out of there. Unfortunately, I thought they might call a charge on Dane.
Yeah.
So the travel may have been the best of the options that were going to go against the Rams on that possession.
Yeah, Paget was busy trying to avoid that charge. Into Dooley, front court to Betts. Betts back out to Dooley to Schraring. Schraring at the volleyball spike line, back over to Dooley as they just lob it from side to side out front. On the far side, that's Carson Beck with it. Beck over on the right side, Morose has it. His pass to Dooley in the corner to Betts. Betts, a dangerous three-point shooter. To Carson Beck, right side. Morose will try a three that's no good. Sullivan, the rebound, and a rebound foul called on Schraring of Dubois.
Jeep's taking a lot of threes here tonight. They're 0 for 6 in this quarter. Where did they come in as a team shooting from three?
3.34%, so
Okay.
a good shooting three-point team.
Yeah, they're way under that tonight.
I noticed that in pregame warm-ups. Even though they've got everybody 6'2" or above in the starting lineup, they were all at the three-point line shooting.
Walk the length of the court. Chad Sullivan back at the line where he's 1 out of 2 tonight.
Chad on the year, 55% free throw shooter. First up and good. Front rim off the glass and through. Substitution, Thornton in for Paoli. Paget is out. Notice that Dakota Apple on Paoli's bench. He's been able to play with those 3 fouls.
Yes, he has done a nice job out there.
Sullivan with 6 points so far. Does he have 7? Nope, spun out. Thornton, though, the rebound. Thornton clears some room, puts the shot off the glass. It's no good. Followed by Chad Sullivan, no good, but he is fouled and will go to the free throw line.
Looked like the Rams had a little talk at halftime about offensive rebounding, and that foul will be on 23, Eli Schreering. Now, he's picked up 2 quick ones. He has 2 personal fouls over the limit. Chad back up there for 2 shots.
And the first is up and good. See if he can set up camp like he did the other night over at Mitchell. He was knocking them down then.
If he can get in a rhythm, he can go for a few.
Free throw, up and good. Got them both. He's got, 8 on the night?
That he does.
Make it 32-19, a 13-point Paoli lead. DuBois, they had 19 at halftime. They've gone better than 6 minutes of this quarter without scoring. In the front court, Dooley with it, out to Schreering. Minute 45 to go in the third quarter. Schreering over to Dooley, back over to Schreering as Hughes has the point. Of that 1-3-1, Schreering drives in, shot off the glass is no good. Spires tips it into himself. He'll bring it up forward for Paoli. Spires to the three-point line, over to Hughes. He's open, 3 on the way. You could tell as soon as it left his hands, it was off the mark. It came off so funny, DuBois put a hand up to try and get it and deflected it out of bounds.
Rams also struggling from behind the arc. They are 0 for 6 in this ball game.
All right, Spires. He's out of bounds to do the honors for Paoli. Has it, slaps it, 5 count on, and a quick timeout taken by Coach Dusty Cole. Paoli up 32-19, minute 25 to go in the third. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Every day, children in our community enter the court systems because of abuse or neglect, and they need someone to speak up for them. That's where CASA comes in. Our volunteers stand beside them, making sure their voices are heard and their best interests come first. It's incredibly important work, and we need more people willing to make a difference. I'm Chrissy Evans, Orange County CASA Director. If you've ever wondered how you could help a child in a meaningful way, I'd love to talk with you. Call 812-723-2411.
Big third quarter here for the Rams. They trailed 19-18 at the half. Now with 1:25 to go on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Paoli leads at 32-19 as the Jeeps yet to score here in this third period of play.
Paoli took the timeout. They've got the ball to inbound to the right of their bucket. Padgett subbed in at that break. All right, Spires, he'll bring it in. They looked for the lob initially. Wasn't there. Get it to Thornton. Thornton in the lane. Powers the shot up and in. Bounced once and went through. Dooley, he took a little bit of a blow to the chops on the way up. He's kind of shaken up, and he's saying, I need a timeout. I've been hurt. He's bleeding. Yeah, I got hit in the nose. Of course, the DuBois coaches say that didn't occur just by accident. How did it happen? They are talking a foul. Now, he'll come over and talk to Paoli's trainer and try to get that thing stopped as soon as you can. Of course, that's going to be a tough thing to do.
A little blood on the floor as well, so a little bit of break in the action, so to speak. Gives us a chance to tell you about homecoming here tonight. Congratulations out to our homecoming queen. That's Ava Hall. And crowned king tonight was Kirkland Hughes. So that's the royalty selected here tonight during the festivities that occurred between the junior varsity and varsity game. And by the way, as you might expect, when Northeast DuBois comes to town, we've got a great crowd on hand for both schools. And, you know, great to see that. And, of course, you would expect it with one team 10-0 and the other 8-3. And through a half, they saw a tight ball game, but the Rams now have been able to break it open here in this third quarter of play. Can they now finish it off?
All right, Dooley. He's going to walk down toward the DuBois bench. Looks like they got it stopped for now. Probably jammed some cotton up one nostril.
No doubt.
All right, minute 5 to go in the third quarter. Paoli up by 15. DuBois has the basketball. Schreering out at the midcourt circle. Did he double dribble? Yes, he did. He wanted to pass and fumbled it, and that's 13 turnovers against DuBois.
DuBois has been their own worst enemy here. Rams have been able to turn them over pretty regularly as we see Dakota Applecheck back in with a minute to go. And also Traylon Mitten, Justin Thornton, good minutes there. He'll go out, and Chad Sullivan will get a break here at the quarter before we head into the fourth period.
Minute to go in the third. Paoli will inbound. They've got 3/4 of the court to go. Lob it into Spires. Spires, he's going to look to drive, spins to the baseline, put the shot up under pressure, no good. Padgett got the rebound, and his momentum took him to the baseline, and they say he stepped on the baseline there.
DuBois extended their pressure out of that timeout, so we'll see if they're wanting to maybe continue that here, trying to get back into this ball game with their poor shooting. And Apple comes out, and Sullivan back in, this being Ian Sullivan back into the lineup.
All right, 51 seconds to go in the third as DuBois will have the length of the court to go. Paoli 1-3-1. They've extended that just into back court. Jones gets it over to Betts. Betts has used up the dribble, needs to get rid of it. Finally does to Jones, over to Betts. They come to cover him up. Back over to Jones. They play pitch and catch with it over the top of Ian Sullivan. Jones will finally launch a three. It's no good. Rebound, foul going to be called. I think you had a DuBois kid over the back of a Paoli kid and a Paoli kid over the back of a DuBois kid.
Foul going to be on Ian Sullivan. That'll be his third, team foul number 2. So the Jeeps will get it to the baseline and the left of the basket.
All right, they called the worst of the two fouls, I guess. All right, Carson Beck steps out of bounds. He'll do the honors. Brings it into Sam Beck. Not brothers, not related. Carson with it. He's in the corner. Brings it back out to Sam. Sam at the top of the key, down to 20 seconds. He goes, kicks it left corner. Carson Beck, three is good. That's a big shot for DuBois. He's got 6, 34-22 the score. Still 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Spires, left side, three, good. The answer for Paoli. 4 seconds to go still in the quarter. As Sam Beck brings it into front court, his three is no good, off the rim. And that's the way the third quarter will come to an end. A huge third quarter for Paoli. They go from 1 down at the half to up 15 after 3. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
When you become a member at Hoosier Hills Credit Union, you're not just banking locally, you're investing in your community. We provide checking and savings accounts, loans for cars and homes, and smart financial advice. But beyond our walls, Hoosier Hills donates money and service hours to strengthen our communities by supporting youth programming, animal welfare, homeless shelters, local events, and more. Join Hoosier Hills and partner with a financial team that's as invested in your community as you are. Hoosier Hills Credit Union. Belong to something more. Visit HoosierHills.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli, where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
3 quarters in the books. The Paoli folks, they enjoyed that third quarter. The DuBois folks, not so much. A 15-point advantage after 3 for Paoli. Mentioned going to the break that Paoli was down 1 at halftime, so they outscored DuBois by 16 points in that third quarter of play. Big quarter there. DuBois, they will begin fourth quarter action with possession of the basketball. Paoli still in that 1-3-1 half-court trap out front. Betts with it. He gets it over to Carson Beck. Another three is good. Now he's got the hot hand. 37-25. He's made a couple of threes the last couple of trips. Apple drives in. His pass taken away. That's turnover number 7 against Paoli as Carson Beck. He came down with it. Pass it to Jones. Jones walks it across the timeline. Skips it left side. There with it, Sam Beck. Skips it out to Carson Beck. He's at the volleyball spike line. He thought about putting up another three. Left side to Jones, back to Carson Beck. Right side, Morose will try a three. That's no good. Way up for the rebound is Apple for Paoli. Apple gets it off to Hughes, gets it right back, and he'll bring it across the timeline. Paoli works with the ball in a 12-point lead. Ball deflected out of bounds. It was kicked out of there by Carson Beck. All right, substitution for Paoli. Spires will check back in. Hughes will go out. Verkamp, he had some foul issues in that third quarter. He comes back in, and Morose will go out.
Rams shoot it much better in that third quarter. 5 out of 10 from two-point range for 50%. 1 out of 3 behind the arc.
Lob it in to Paget right at the rim. He puts it up and in.
He's got 13.
39-25 the score. Paoli a 14-point lead. Into front court, Jones has it, works off of the screen, gets it to Verkamp, back out to Jones. Jones angles right, passes right. That's Betts with it now on the far sideline. His pass kicked into back court by Apple. It'll stay there.
We mentioned the Jeep shooting woes in that third quarter. 0 for 4 from two-point range, 1 out of 9 from behind the arc, and 0 for 2 at the free throw line. Talked to Coach Schwerin before the game. He said, you look back at our 3 losses, we've always had one bad quarter in those, and it's usually been in the third. And unfortunately for the Jeeps, that happened again here tonight.
History repeating itself. Over to the right side, back out to Verkamp, now to Carson Betts. Paoli comes to cover him in a hurry. Betts back out front, Verkamp. They pass to the corner. That's Jones with it. He's in a dangerous spot, and they're going to say that he was forced out of bounds. Matter of if he got on the baseline or not. He did, and the reason why he was pushed.
That'll be a blocking foul on 22, Cooper Spires. That'll be his second, team foul number 1. Good to see Adam Dooley come in. He took a shot to the face that drew blood in that third quarter, but appears everything is good to go, so he'll be back into the ball game. He's got 3 points in this contest for the Jeeps.
6:14 to go in the ball game. Paoli up by 14, and a 5-second violation as Paoli shut him down defensively. DuBois unable to get it inbound.
Rams already had one 10-second violation thanks to their press, and now it's their half-court defense that comes up with the turnover.
All right, now DuBois, they're going to extend some pressure against Paoli. Minton in backcourt with it, gets it to Apple across the timeline. Apple backs it out, now hands it off to Spires. Spires around his screen, gets it to Minton. He's going to drive to the bucket. His shot up, no good. Kind of lost his footing in the process, and the rebound taken down by DuBois. Jones runs it across the timeline. Right side to Carson Betts. Betts takes 3, gets it over to Zachary Betts. Down low to Dooley. His shot blocked out of there by Padgett. Taken away. Apple into front court. Out to Padgett to Spires. Open 3, no good. Wouldn't fall. Rebound. Beck is going to run it down for DuBois. Beck in backcourt still. Gets it over to Jones. Jones angles to the right side. Passes to the corner. Dooley will try a 3 from there. It's no good. Minton way up for the rebound. And that's a big boy rebound. He did not want to share with DuBois that time.
Even though a Jeep was hanging on his arm.
Yes. Left side, Apple with it. 5:05 to go in the ball game. And what we got, a double foul down low. Padgett and Betts were jockeying for position. The official calls a foul on both.
On Dane, that'll be his third, team foul number 3. For Beck, that will be his third. Excuse me, Beck, that'll be just his first, and team foul number 1.
All right. Paoli will set up 3 to this side. Spires on the other side to inbound. Lobs it to Apple at the three-point line. Gets it over to Spires. Backs it out with the dribble. Now goes to Minton on the right side. Minton, high post to Sullivan. Tried to lob down low to Padgett. Good defense that time by DuBois, creating the turnover. Into front court. Jones fires it over to Beck. Beck, he's got it over to Betts. 3 out of the corner is good. He's got 9 on 3 made threes. DuBois back within 11, and they take time. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Every day, children in our community enter the court systems because of abuse or neglect, and they need someone to speak up for them. That's where CASA comes in. Our volunteers stand beside them, making sure their voices are heard and their best interests come first. It's incredibly important work, and we need more people willing to make a difference. I'm Chrissy Evans, Orange County CASA Director. If you've ever wondered how you could help a child in a meaningful way, I'd love to talk with you. Call 812-723-2411.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Couple of threes by the Jeeps in this fourth quarter have got that lead back to 11, and that's what the Jeeps can do with that outside shooting. They get a couple of those to fall. They can quickly climb back into the ball game. Rams are just going to have to be more patient and take care of the basketball on their offensive end as the Jeeps go man-to-man, full-court pressure.
All right, Minton has it, slaps it, brings it into Apple. Apple passes forward to Spires, and Spires will set the half-court offense from there. Right side to Minton. They look down low for Sullivan. Minton, couple of bounces. Looking. The pass not there. Brings it back out to Apple. Now to Minton. He's on the right wing. They want to clear out for Sullivan. Couldn't get it to him. Instead, back out to Spires. And Paoli with an 11-point lead. They will be patient this trip. Down to 4:15 to go in the ball game. Minton at the center court circle. Angles over to the right side. Passes over to Spires, left of the center court circle. Spires back over to Minton. Minton brings it to the middle of the court. His pass tipped, taken away. Dooley's got it. He runs the other way for DuBois. Goes to the bucket. Shot no good. Rebound loose in the lane. Paoli tipping it away from themselves. Apple finally came down with it, and he is pulled to the floor by Dooley. And they're just saying, we're going after it. There's nothing to separate.
Yeah.
Just good aggressive play on both parts.
Both guys were going after the basketball, which you would expect. And Adam Dooley gets called for that foul. That'll be team foul number 2. That'll be his first personal foul as the Rams get Chad Sullivan out of the ball game, and Kirkland Hughes comes back in at the 3:51 mark.
Just look, comparing the two student sections, DuBois brought a lot of kids. Paoli's got a big bunch of kids over there.
Rams in the midst of a 3-minute drought.
Into front court, Padgett fumbled it for a second, got it back. Now passes. Minton back over to Spires. Spires right to Minton at the high post. They got to be careful with that thing. They're firing it 100 miles per hour. Out to Spires at the top of the key. Spires backs it out with the dribble. Jump pass over to Hughes down low. Apple lob. Padgett who lays it up and in. When all else fails, throw it up to number 4. He's got 15 on the night. 41-28. Carson Beck. Another 3 is good. He's starting to knock him down. He was wide open that time. He's got 12 on the night. 41-31 the score. Paoli up by 10 with the basketball. Fire it over to Hughes in the corner. Thought about the 3, didn't pull the trigger. Go to Apple, now to Hughes. He will fire it up. 3, no good. Nothing but blue shirts underneath. DuBois the rebound and a chance to get this thing back to single digits. Schraring across the timeline, and we got a bump and a foul. And Apple, he ran into a hard-set screen and picks up the foul, his first in a while.
Yeah, but it's his 4th in the game with 2:45 to go. That'll be team foul number 2. He needs some help from his teammates to let him know that screen is being set.
All right, Jones brings it into Schraring. He's in backcourt. Paoli switches to a 2-3. Over right side to Betts. Back out to Schraring. There with it. Keep calling him Betts. It's Beck. Carson Beck with the hot hand. Beck back out to Schraring. He goes left side to Jones. Jones puts down the dribble to the middle of the court. Drives in. Man, scooped it up. No good. Rebound taken down low by Sam Beck, and he and Minton get tangled up. The foul called on Minton of Paoli.
For Traylon, that'll be just his second team foul number 3. Be a common foul for the Rams. Sullivan will come in, and Hughes will go out at the 2:21 mark with the Rams leading by 10.
All right. Jones will step out of bounds. He will do the honors to the left of the bucket. He gets it right down low, and the ball's going back out of bounds. They're going to give the ball over to DuBois. I did not see that at all.
That went off the hands of Sam Beck.
Yeah.
And
well, it's one of those, should we call the foul? They didn't. Then it goes out off of DuBois, and they give it back to them. All right, Carson Beck with it. Looks like Paoli has switched man-to-man. Betts has it. He gets it over to Schraring. Schraring driving on Apple. Couldn't draw a foul and passes back out front to Carson Beck. Beck goes right side to Schraring. Schraring going to drive in. Skips it to the corner. Jones open. 3, no good. Rebound, Sullivan way up for Paoli. Chad Sullivan in there. Big rebound there. DuBois had a chance to get it to single digits. Minute 49 to go in the ball game. Paoli, possession of it, leading by 10. Dangerous pass that they got away with. Apple skips it over to Spires on the far side. Spires in the corner to Padgett, and Paoli has spread things out. They're going to play keep away for a while. Minute 30 to go in the ball game. Apple at the high post, and now a timeout to be taken by Paoli. Paoli up 41-31, minute 29 to go. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Craving bold flavors and a fiesta for your taste buds? Come to El Compadre Mexican Restaurant, now open at their brand new location in Paoli at 300 East Main Street. For sizzling fajitas to cheesy enchiladas and the best Mexican food around, it's a flavor-packed party you won't want to miss. Visit us in Paoli or check out our other locations in West Baden, Orleans, Mitchell, Bedford, and now Palmyra. El Compadre, where the flavor is as bold as the fun. Open Monday through Thursdays and Sundays from 11 to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturdays from 11 to 10 p.m.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Rams cling to a 10-point lead with 1:29 to go here in the ball game on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. So far, though, the Jeeps have come out and outscored the Rams 9-4 in this fourth quarter of play. For Paoli, though, they just want to see that clock roll down here in the final 1:29.
Minton will step out of bounds to bring it in for Paoli. Has it, slaps it, brings it into Paget. Paget right back to Minton to Paget. Fired down low. Sullivan fakes. Shot up and good. Got him all alone practically under the bucket. He's got 10. 43-31. Paoli up by 12. The other way. Dubois with it. Driving in. Burkamp kicks it out to Sam Beck. Gets it over. Burkamp wide open and lays it up and in. Quick 2 that time. He's got 5. Paoli in the front court, and they had it knocked away. Now near steal to get it back. Instead, Dubois the other way. Burkamp lays it up again, and that's a quick 4 for him. And it's 43-35, 52 seconds to go, and a timeout to be taken by Dubois as all of a sudden they have created turnovers and easy buckets. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595. Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Trying to hold on, lead it by 8 with 51 seconds to go. Made it more interesting with a couple of turnovers that the Jeeps, give them credit, were able to capitalize on.
Yep, job 1 for Paoli. Take care of the basketball. Minton comes back out of bounds to get it from Spires. 5 count on, and we got a whistle down here, a stoppage by the official. I think the clock started. I think it started when the pass went to Minton. He was out of bounds. Spires was out of bounds. Minton got out of bounds. Got the pass, and the clock started, so they're going to have to put a couple of seconds back out on the clock.
We'll get that clock situated here. Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, and see how many they want to put back up on there. Should be 5. They're going to go 51.3, okay?
Yep. All right, let's try it again. Paoli, different inbounds play this time. Minton has it out of bounds, and he brings it into Apple. Apple dribbling away some time, fires it over to Minton. They want to come and get him. Instead, fired it ahead to Spires. Lob it. It got away. It's tipped away as Sam Beck. He got way up that time to deflect the lob pass.
That he did. He did a nice job. He covered a lot of territory because that would have been an easy 2 for Dane.
41 seconds to go in the ball game. Paoli up by 8 with the basketball. Have to get it in. They do to Sullivan in the corner, and a foul as Straring and Dooley were both there. Take your pick on the number.
I believe it's beyond, well, I was going to say Dooley, but
That's
they
what
say
I thought
Straring. It'll be his 3rd. Team foul number 3. Du Bois may get to the point where they're going to have to put the Rams at the free throw line, but only 39 seconds to go.
All right, get it into Sullivan, down low. Sullivan backing his way in, got to the bucket, shot no good. Du Bois the rebound. They've still got a chance, down to 30 seconds. Straring into front court to Dooley. Three, no good. It bounced high, went off the top of the board. Paoli came down with the rebound, and they run the other way. Spires leaves it off for Paget. His shot up and good. 16 seconds to go, 45-35. Dooley the other way for Du Bois. Got to the bucket and laid it up and in, and a quick timeout taken with just 9.6 seconds left. We'll get one more break in, then we'll finish it out. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Jeeps have made it a little bit uncomfortable in this fourth quarter, but the Rams have been able to answer every time they made a little run. Good job, though, by the Jeeps, particularly Carson Beck. He had 2 big threes earlier in this quarter, kind of give the Jeeps some momentum back. Rams helped them out when they had a couple of back-to-back turnovers, though, to allow the Jeeps to get some easy baskets. As the Rams will have it, the length of the court to go, leading at 45-37 with just 9 seconds to go on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard.
All right, Minton will step out of bounds, has it, slaps it, looking, and Spires finally pops free. They're going to come over, commit the foul. Looks like Verkamp might have been the one reaching in. Second or so off the clock. It's down to 8 seconds even right now.
And on trip Verkamp, that'll be foul number 4, team foul number 4 on the Jeeps.
Still one more to give. Minton steps out of bounds. Again, will do the honors, has it. They release 3. Get it in finally to Hughes. Hughes bumps, but no call. He'll bring it into front court and will be grabbed and held. And again, Dooley with the foul, and that with 3.9 seconds left in the game.
And on Adam, that will be his 3rd. Team foul number 5. Rams will be at the line. Kirkland Hughes so far tonight will be at the stripe. He had a basket that occurred way back in the first quarter of play.
All right, Hughes, see on the year, 57% free throw shooter. All right, had the basketball, but the officials say give it back. We got to get one more guy in here on the lane. All right, now Hughes has it. He's ready. Crowd quiets. Free throw up and too hard off the back rim. Just 3.9 seconds left. Paoli up by 8 right now. Hughes can make it a 9-point advantage if he makes the second. It's up on the way and good. Got one of two again, 46-37 the score. 3 seconds to go. Jones will launch from midcourt. It's way off the mark and no good. And that's the way this one will come to an end. Du Bois put a bit of a scare into Paoli, leading them at halftime, then coming back in the fourth quarter after Paoli had a big lead. 46-37 was your final, though. That on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the Buddies Food and Fuel postgame show gets underway. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Are your retirement savings scattered about several employer-sponsored plans and individual IRAs? Let a Raymond James financial advisor provide you with education on what options you may have. Each may have potential benefits and drawbacks. So we'll consider your specific situation and discuss how best to address your unique needs and goals. Call financial advisors Jamie Sullivan and Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. Located in Mitchell today and take control of your retirement assets. Raymond James & Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC, life well planned.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Entertaining Friday night of high school basketball as Paoli comes away with a hard-fought, hard-earned 46-37 win over Northeast DuBois. Paoli came in to the game at 10-0, so they'll improve to 11-0, number 4 in Class 2A. Northeast DuBois, they fall to 8-4 overall. They were number 12 in Class A coming into tonight's ball game. We look back at this one. Overall, we had 3 ties and 5 lead changes, just 1 lead change, no ties in the second half of play. You look back at this one, Paoli, they got down to start 3-0 before an 8-0 run gives Paoli an 8-3 lead with a minute 48 to go in that first quarter of play. DuBois would finish the first quarter scoring the final 6 points, and they led it 9-8 after 1. Northeast DuBois on the second, Zachary Betts 3 to start that second quarter, got a 4-point lead at 12-8 before Paoli again goes on a run, this time a 7-0 run that gets them the lead at 15-12. DuBois would continue to battle back. They got it tied at 16. And then DuBois would score 3 points in the final 45 seconds of that first half to take a 19-18 halftime lead. Through the early part of that third quarter, well, right out of the locker room, Paoli goes to that lob play to Padgett. He got fouled in the process. It was a 3-point trip, and Paoli was up 21-19. DuBois would miss 2 free throws. They struggled, to say the least, in that third quarter of play. Paoli went from down 19-18 at the half to the point where DuBois finally scored with just 14 seconds to go in the third quarter. Paoli was up 15 at that point, 34-19. It was a 3 from Carson Beck. He started getting hot, got DuBois back within 12, but Paoli would respond with their own 3. This one put up and in by Spires, and Paoli led it by 15 after 3, 37-22. Northeast DuBois, they came out energized in that fourth quarter of play, were able to get some things done. Paoli was up 15 at the start of that quarter, but DuBois just keeps chipping away, made it interesting because Paoli had a couple of turnovers, and in about a 14-second span, DuBois went from down 12 to down just 8 as they capitalized on those turnovers. But then Paoli steadies the ship, so to speak. They got a bucket from Padgett to put them back up 45-35, but that was with 16 seconds left. And then Paoli is able to close it out on 1 of 2 free throws from Hughes, and that got it to our final of 46-37. Rebounding battle, that's won by Paoli, and this was a team, it was a battle on the boards tonight. DuBois led the rebounding margin at half, but Paoli came back to win it. Overall, 30-28 is what I had it at. Turnovers, 10 against Paoli, several in that fourth quarter of play, as compared to 14 for DuBois. Again, your final score, 46-37. The Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show will continue in just a minute when we take a look at individual and team stats from tonight's ball game. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat low-fill insulation system makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat insulation system by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
Ball game tonight, always enjoyable when these two teams get together, as Paoli 9 points better than DuBois tonight. Knew it was going to be a physical battle. It was. DuBois, that's just the way they have always played. Since I've been around, at least, they are a physical team, always fighting, scrapping, and clawing. Paoli usually matches that, and that's the reason why this is always an entertaining one, and it was tonight.
And for the Jeeps and Coach Travis Schroering, again, they can look back to that third quarter.
Yes.
That was the difference in this ball game, where the Rams were outscoring them 19-3 to build up that lead at 37-22 at the end of three, even though the Jeeps outscored the Rams 15-9 in that fourth quarter for the final margin here tonight of 46-37. As we continue with the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show, Buddy's Food and Fuel on North Gospel Street in Paoli. Take a look at the shooting here tonight for the Rams, who got off to a slow start in that first quarter. 3 out of 9 from two-point range, 4 out of 7 in the second quarter. It was 5 out of 10 two-point shooting in the third and 4 out of 6 in the fourth quarter for the homestanding Rams. For the game, right down the middle, 16 out of 32 at 50%, still, though, below their season average coming into tonight's ball game. It was a struggle, though, for the Rams behind the arc tonight. Paoli went 0 for 3 in the first quarter, 0 for 1 in the second, 1 out of 3 in the third, and 0 for 2 in the fourth quarter. Just 1 out of 9 for 11% from three-point range tonight. Free throw shooting, the Rams left some points there in this ballgame, particularly in the first half. Paoli went 2 out of 2 in the first quarter, 2 out of 7 in the second, but built that up to 6 out of 9 in the third and 1 out of 2 in the fourth quarter. For the game, the Rams were 11 out of 22 for 50%. For the Northeast DuBois Jeeps on the road tonight, their shooting stats in the first quarter, they were 1 out of 4 from two-point range, 3 out of 5 inside the arc in the second quarter, 0 for 4 in the third, and 3 out of 6 in the fourth. For the game, the Jeeps were 7 out of 19 from two-point range for 37%. Three-point shooting, that's where they lived and died tonight, as the Jeeps went 2 out of 7 in the first quarter, 1 out of 5 in the second, 1 out of 9 in the third, and that one came late in the third quarter of play there for the Jeeps from Carson Beck, and then the Jeeps hit 3 out of 8 in that fourth quarter. So for the game, three-point shooting, Northeast DuBois 7 out of 29, 24%, as they take 10 more three-point attempts than they do two-point shots here tonight. Jeeps, well, with that outside game, you don't get to the free throw line, and that was the case here tonight, as Northeast DuBois went 1 out of 1 in the first quarter, 1 out of 3 in the second, 0 for 2 in the third, and did not shoot a free throw in the fourth quarter of play. Northeast DuBois for the night was 2 out of 6 from the stripe for just 33%. Taking a look at individual scoring here tonight in this Rams win, Paoli had 2 players in double figures, led by Dane Padgett with 17, 14 of them coming in the second half of play. And of those 14, 8 of them in the third quarter of play, as he got the Rams off and running, as Paoli able to set him up and use his athletic ability around the rim to post up and get some shots down close. That he was 3 out of 3. In fact, he went 6 out of 6 from the field in the second half, and those are numbers that we have seen Dane Padgett have all season long. As those 6, he was 9. He was 7 out of 9 from the field, which is really, believe it or not, about his field goal average here through the first 11 ball games. Also for the Rams, Chad Sullivan off the bench tonight with 10 points, 5 in each half. Then 6 for Cooper Spires, 6 for Dakota Apple, who had to work around a lot of fouls, particularly in that first half of play. Whenever he went out, the Rams really struggled in that second period to get things going here before they got things settled in after the halftime break. Then it was 3 on the night for Kirkland Hughes, 2 for Justin Thornton, 2 for Ian Sullivan. Trey Mitten started but did not score, and Cade Walls off the bench played but did not score. For Northeast DuBois, they were led by Carson Beck with 12 points on 4 3-pointers, 9 for Zachary Betts off the bench, then 7 for Trip Burkamp, 5 for Adam Dooley, 2 on the night for Eli Schreering, and 2 for Keaton Jones. Sam Beck started but did not score, and Bryson Morose played but did not score. It was Northeast DuBois up 9-8 at the end of the first quarter. The Jeeps led 19-18 at the half. The Rams, though, that big third quarter break it open, 37-22 at the end of 3, and win it 46-37. When we continue with the Buddy's Food and Fuel halftime report, we'll talk with head coach Dusty Cole. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summer's seamless guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summer's seamless gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summer's Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Rams improved to 11-0 with the win, 46-37 over Northeast DuBois tonight as we continue with the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show. Head coach Dusty Cola-Paoli joins us now. Coach, going in, we knew it was going to be a tough game and a hard-fought game, and it lived up to its billing.
Yeah, they're a good team. They've got a lot of nice pieces. They just have a lot of length. They got a lot of depth, and they're going to be a tough out for sure. So it was a pretty good win for our team.
Well, you followed your game plan, Coach. You wanted to keep them out of the paint, and they were forced them to shoot outside.
That's kind of their strength. They've got some really good guys that can score on the blocks, and really good from about 6 or 7 feet out, flashing to the middle. So we wanted to take that away. That was the emphasis for us a little bit. They have some shooters, no doubt about it, and they missed some shots, but I thought we did a nice job challenging on the outside. And just coming in, I'd say their game plan is not to take 33s. And we kind of forced them into that a little bit. So we did a pretty good job of taking away the middle.
And, of course, we knew they'd be strong on the defensive end.
Really good defensive team. Their defensive average is one of the best in the state. It looks like, if you can get about 50 points on them, you stand a chance to beat them, because I think we've got 3 losses and all teams scored about 50 on them. So we were trying to get there, but obviously that's tough to do, with the length they have and the physicality they have, and they're really good on the glass. We went in the halftime break. We were down 3 or 4, I think, on the boards, but ended up winning by about 8. So did a much better job in the second half of rebounding.
Yeah, big third quarter for your team, Coach, to break this game open.
Well, number 30 is pretty big for us, and he was on the bench about the first half. And just looking at the plus minus out here, Apple, when he was on the floor, he was plus 16 tonight, and just to show you the difference he makes out there, and he does a little bit of everything for us. He's really good on the glass. He only plays 19, 20 minutes tonight, and he leads us in rebounding. Has 8 rebounds. Leads us in rebounding. Was able to get to the basket a little bit. His defense out front changes everything. He can challenge those shots and still put pressure on the ball, and then he still gets back and rebounds. Really hard to do all 3 of those things, and he's pretty good at that. So once he's in that second half, that made a big difference too. But they've got really good bigs, but I wouldn't trade them for our bigs.
No, I was going to say.
And if you just look at the scoring there and the rebounding, those 3 bigs went to work a little bit. Dane did a nice job, Chad did a nice job, Justin did a nice job, and then got a lot of points in the paint, which is what we want to do.
Well, you made a concerted effort there, Coach, in that third period to start to get number 4 involved down low.
Yeah, we did, and he's a load down there, and when you have to worry about him and Chad, that can cause a lot of problems for some teams, and we just kind of parked him on the blocks a little bit and just kind of ran some screeners off of him. We kind of went low off of them a little bit, and then we started feeding the post. We'd flash to the guy high, get some high-low action, but just kind of parked them in the paint some, and that was good for us. We got a couple offensive rebounds, doing some putbacks, but that's when we went on a little run there. All that starts on the defensive end, of course, getting stops, but then we was able to get a couple layups and stretch it out. And then once we start to score, we can kind of set the pressure a little bit. We can extend a little bit with that 1-3-1 all the way past half court with Dakota. And that causes problems too. The first half we just didn't have near enough baskets. We couldn't set the pressure up very much. But once we start to do that, that's how we want to play.
Well, your defense was strong too tonight, Coach, and that was evident. And you said you'd have to switch some defenses tonight, and you were able to do that.
Yeah, we played about 4 different defenses tonight, and even in our 1-3-1, there's a couple of different ways we play it. Sometimes we drop back of a trap the corner. Sometimes we just kind of extend out front. So we played a lot of different ways, and did a pretty good job of just keeping them off balance. There's not a lot of plays you can run against the 1-3-1, so sometimes that's a good defense to play to kind of take away some of those sets. DuBois has some nice sets to get the ball inside and get the ball to the right guys, and once we sit in that 1-3-1, you see just a lot of teams go 2-1-2. They try to screen a couple places, at the top of it. They try to do that a couple times, but we did a pretty good job of getting through those and getting a hand on the shooters.
Well, it was great to be back home, Coach, and win on homecoming night.
Yeah, it was a big night for us. Wish the JV could have won, but, they're playing pretty good ball too. But great crowd here tonight, great atmosphere. This is the games you want to play every night. Kids enjoy it. But I knew, our kids would be ready to go. We got just a seasoned group, a veteran group, and they really enjoy playing with each other, and then they enjoy the games like this the most.
Well, it was a big win for you, second this week, but still more work to do tomorrow night when the Rams go back out on the road.
Yeah, we had 3 this week, so now we'll kind of have a look at this one just a little bit here tonight, and then we'll start just preparing for the next one. And this is a game we haven't looked at hardly any. We've got some peeking tapes. We always get the tapes ready, and I've got a couple of the assistants that already start to watch that a little bit. But our focus has been on DuBois with the team and the boys, and so we'll kind of shift gears a little bit, start looking at peeking. We'll come in a little bit early. We've been shooting a lot. We've been coming in, before games and shooting a little bit, and doing a lot of shooting in practice. Didn't shoot the ball too well tonight, but it's been getting better overall, I think, and that makes a difference, and just trying to create some good habits.
Well, Eastern, like you, Coach, they had a game tonight, so everybody be on an even scale heading into tomorrow night's matchup.
Yeah, but I feel like we still have the advantage with the depth we have, even though they played a game too. We play 8 or 9 guys. Most teams don't do that. Don't know what they're doing exactly, but we'll start to look at that a little bit. But just having those 8 or 9 guys make a difference on those back-to-backs.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you tomorrow night.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Head coach Dusty Cole of the Paoli Rams. They win it here tonight, homecoming, as they defeat Northeast DuBois 46-37. We'll be back to wrap up the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Need a quick bite or cold drink or fuel for the road? Head to Betty's Food and Fuel, right across from Walmart at 656 North Gospel Street in Paoli. We're locally owned and operated and open Monday through Saturdays from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sundays from 6 to 10 p.m. Enjoy competitive gas, daily food specials, a hot deli, fresh wraps, salads, and cold sandwiches. Need an ATM or lottery ticket? We have both. Find us on Facebook at Betty's Food and Fuel. For questions, call 812-203-0227. Betty's Food and Fuel, the one-stop shop.
Rams return home for the first time here in 2026 and pick up the win over Northeast DuBois 46-37, your final on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. For the Northeast DuBois Jeeps, this loss snaps a 3-game winning streak. They have the rest of the weekend off. They're not back in action until next Friday night as they will return home to take on Vincennes Reveille. As we mentioned with Coach Cole, the Rams are back in action, third game this week. Tomorrow night, back out on the road, heading over to Pekin to take on the Eastern Musketeers. That'll be a 6 o'clock JV varsity at 7:30. We'll be on the air with our pregame around 7:10. So join us tomorrow night from Eastern High School for the matchup between the Rams and the Musketeers. Now, we have more than just that one game tomorrow, as Bert and I will be following the Lady Rams of Paoli. They look to get back on the winning side. They'll make the trip down to Elizabeth to take on the South Central Lady Rebels in a 12:30 game. This will be a varsity game only, so just the one game tomorrow afternoon, tip-off at 12:30. We'll be on there with our pregame around at 12:15, so join us tomorrow afternoon for Lady Rams basketball. Here tonight, the Rams celebrate homecoming with the victory. Dane Padgett leads the way with 17-10 for Chad Sullivan. For Northeast DuBois, one player in double figures, and that was Carson Beck with a dozen. As always, want to thank all of our great sponsors for allowing us to bring you high school basketball, not only tonight, but throughout the entire season. As we wrap up our Buddy's Food and Fuel post-game show, Buddy's Food and Fuel on North Gospel Street in Paoli. Thank you as well to our engineer-producer back at the studio. Great job, as always, by Melissa Wall. And most of all, thanks to you for listening. For Bert Pedigo, I'm Dave Dedrick. Again, your final tonight on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. From D.E. Sweet Chambers Gymnasium on the James A. Babcock Court, it was Paoli 46, Northeast DuBois 37. Good night, everybody.
This coverage of high school sports on Mix 95.3 WUME has been made possible by our incredible community sponsors: Vendor Lumber, Buddy's Food and Fuel, Cave and Cal Car Quarries, Gilman Scott Funeral Home, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, In Focus Eye Care, Jeremy Payton Edward Jones, KFC of Paoli, Orange County REMC and Orange County Fiber, Orange County CASA, Paoli.